Ravi Shankar Prasad from the BJP is also joining us, senior leader, following our discussion with Amit Shah. I want to go across to Mr. Prasad. A tectonic shift, says Ashok Lahiri, one of the most significant swings in favor of any one party ever.
And swings against one.
One of the most significant swings away.
As well as in favor.
Do you think that this is a one-off performance, or do you believe the BJP has been able to raise its base, Mr. Prasad?
I think if you analyze this whole election, Rahul, in a conventional manner, you will not reach the right conclusion. What Mr. Lahiri has rightly stated, you need to understand the import and extent of the swing he is talking about. And the first and foremost thing is the people of India have understood that India needs a stable, firm, decisive government. Therefore, we have to vote in a decisive manner. And therefore, you have seen after 1984, in 2014, that is close to 30 years, there's an indication of a party led from pre-poll alliance coming to a plus is a different question altogether. Today, except one, I can take the name Times now, all the channels, including yours, are giving a neat majority to the NDA, BJP led. In fact, one channel, I can allow me to take the name of that channel. Today's Chanakya has given 291 to BJP and 340 to the NDA. And why I am taking the name, that they were right on the Delhi Assembly election is concerned, where they gave Aam Aadmi Party 32 seats and they won 28. But that is besides the point. Why it is happening, what it is happening. Let me give you an example, Rahul. Last year in the Nagaland Assembly elections, I had gone to campaign in Nagaland. And earlier May or April. And my public meeting was near the Myanmar border in a Vidhan Sabha of Nagaland. And there were a lot of Bihari and UP people who were there. There is a big paper factory there, now closed. After I was meeting, I was coming to the helicopter. The Naga friends of the party and others, young people, wished me well and said, Sahabji, Ravi sir, Modi. I was taken aback what they were talking about. The BJP worker who has gone with me from Dimapur said, sir, they are talking about Mr. Modi. Now, more than a year ago, in Nagaland, on the Myanmar border, young people are talking of Modi. Whereas in Nagaland, BJP has a very minimum presence. Kerala, BJP has minimum presence. Tamil Nadu, Bengal, Odisha, Northeast, maybe in Haryana. Now, if there is an all India pattern which Mr. Lahiri talked about, you need to understand what I have said to other people, ये चुनाव भावनाओं का नहीं, उम्मीद का चुनाव है. This is not an election of emotion but of hope. And the people of the country have realized they are voting for India, not for Vidhan Sabha or Jila Parishad or corporation. And here I salute the wisdom and maturity of the people of India, who have risen like this and giving this kind of decisive mandate. Therefore, the yearning for change, the overpowering desire for governance is certainly evident in this whole election.
Okay, just stay with me for a moment. You come from Bihar. I want to take up the Bihar numbers, because unlike Uttar Pradesh, where there seems to be a Modi tsunami at play, in Bihar, Lalu Yadav has given a tough fight to the BJP and to Narendra Modi. I'll discuss the Bihar numbers with Naresh Gujral and with Ravi Shankar Prasad, but let's take the vote share percentages first, starting with the Congress alliance. Over here, the Congress had 10, it's now coming down to 7. This is just the Congress by itself. Taken as an alliance, the Congress at 29.6 in 2014, projected to pick up 26%. The BJP, which had 14, now taken as an alliance. Now we're talking about the BJP alliance, which was 22, is now going up to 41. Just the BJP by itself from 14 to 33, a gain of 19%.
BJP is 13.9.
The RJD was 19%, they expected to be 19. Let's now come to the Janata Dal United, which had 24.1% of the vote last time, projected to come down to 15. That's a loss of 9. Then the others were 24.9, now coming to about 18. Let's take a look at how this converts into seats. And I start with the Congress Lalu alliance. They're going up from 6 to about 8 to 12. The BJP from 12 to 21 to 25. Now remember, here the BJP fought by itself, and therefore being able to double its seat share is fairly commendable. The JDU from 20 crashing to 4 to 6. One of the big stories, of course, Ravi Shankar Prasad, is the crash in the fortunes of the Janata Dal Unite, sir.
First of all, Rahul, I come from Bihar, and allow me the margin of knowing Bihar a little more.
Sure.
4 to 6 will come to 1 to 2. And mark my word, I may be available with you on May the 16th. Okay? Our take is that the BJP-led other like Kushwaha or Paswan, we will add up to around 29 to 30. And Lalu Prasad Congress formation may be 8 to 9. Now, what is happening in Bihar, you must understand that. Mr. Nitish Kumar broke with the BJP after together and 6 Vidhan Sabha together, after being in power for 17 years. And people of Bihar did not like this kind of breakup for the reasons which we talked about. We'll talk. They are punishing Mr. Nitish Kumar for that. Now, Nitish Kumar apparently broke with us for the sake of Muslim votes. But Muslim vote has gone substantially to Lalu Prasad. Therefore, Mr. Nitish Kumar has been left in the lurch. But now it has happened. Consequence. All the anti-Lalu votes with Nitish Kumar are coming to us. Number one. And number two, that's very important, that any kind of even a vague indication of resurgence of Lalu Prasad leads to the reminder of Jungle Raj. Therefore, all the forces which have been opposed to that becomes active.
Okay, I want to go across to Naresh Gujral on the question of whether there is a concern amongst the allies that Narendra Modi, sir, would be tougher to deal with as Prime Minister than Vajpayee. Given the spectacular showing of the BJP, do you think that will give Modi extra confidence, make him more assertive, or do you think he'll be as accommodative of the needs of the allies as Vajpayee ji was?
I don't think any ally is worried about Mr. Modi's attitude. Let me also tell you that the entire country is voting for the NDA because it is looking for strong leadership. And Mr. Modi has made it clear that not only is he going to treat the existing NDA partners with a lot of respect, but he is also open to having more alliance partners who may have fought against NDA for the moment. Because he wants an all-inclusive government where almost all regions can be accommodated in the government.
Ask a direct question, sir. You're the one person who has a hotline on this story. You always know who are the allies who are being reached out to before anyone else does. So why don't you give us a headline before you go? Who are the other likely allies?
I would just like to remind you.
Yes.
I would just like to, Rahul, remind you that when Mr. Nitish Kumar left us, you had written us off. I still remember you said we were only 3 who were left in the alliance. Bharatiya Janata Party, Shiv Sena and Akali Dal. And even at that stage I was telling you, don't worry, many more alliances would be formed. You were skeptical, but you have seen how many more people have already joined us. We had a strong pre-poll alliance, and I am absolutely certain that going forward many other smaller parties.
Let me ask you a direct question, because you also play a role in trying to bring these new allies on board. I hope you will reveal to our viewers who are the possible allies. Don't tell me who's coming on board. Who, according to you, given the numbers that are coming out today, could be possible targets for Modi and for Naresh Gujral to reach out to?
I played a very minor role, but Mr. Modi has made it very clear that he is open to further alliances and that he would like the government to be more inclusive. Now, given that, I am sure the BJP managers will go to work and they have done their homework and they'll be able to stitch up new alliances.
No, you're not answering my questions. I'll persist. Who are the most likely allies to come on board if the BJP has already crossed 272?
No, I'm saying that is too premature. We will have to see the attitude of the other people who may wish to join the alliance.
No, you already know the attitude.
Feel that they have the similar ideology.
No, one second. I know for a fact that Jagan is willing to come on board We know that the TRS is willing to have discussions. Are these potential allies or not? Would you like to bring them on board? Because they made it clear. Ashok Lahiri and I were there.
Why are you asking me the questions?
No, I'm asking you a question because I'm hoping you will give us a headline. There's no point in me saying, so I want to know from you.
I think Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad is there. He's a senior leader of the BJP. He would be in a better position to answer these questions.
Okay, let me put that question then to Ravi Shankar Prasad. Mr. Prasad, who are the allies who are most likely to come on board? Which are the allies you would like to talk to try and bring them on board? Is there at all to bring more allies on board if you already hit 272?
First of all, let me take to where my good friend Naresh Gujral has left. You also asked me this question after Nitish Kumar left us as to what will happen to allies. And with Nitish Kumar, with Narendra Modi there, you will not get allies. Mr. Rahul Kanwal, today in the NDA we are having 25 parties. 3 are outside. So 28 are already there. Therefore, even before the final results have been counted or has come about, we are having a pre-poll alliance of 25 neat and 2 part of that process on a larger periphery. So that is the NDA. Mr. Narendra Modi has attracted. Tavleen Singh ji, whom I respect as a senior journalist, asked a question. We have generated a lot of umeed, as she asked to Amit Shah. Yes, why not? What is wrong with that? Mr. Narendra Modi will not get allies. Mr. Narendra Modi will peak out very early. Mr. Narendra Modi will come, there will be a polarization. Now everything has been in a way negative. This impression that now even if you are coming with great umeed, Mr. Modi will fulfill that. Now coming to who will come, let me tell you Rahul Kanwal very clearly. Just complete, Madam Tavleen Singh. As far as any further alliance is concerned, we are going to have 272 plus closer to 300 as far as NDA is concerned. Therefore, in my very considered view, we will not be needing any further allies. But as far as working is concerned, Narendra Modi has clearly stated he is going to work for the entire country. He is going to treat all the political party, even a single party MP in Lok Sabha, with all the respect and consideration which he needs. So I think that is very political party.
Okay, Tavleen Singh has a question.
I have a question for you, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad. The reason why I asked about Umeed was because I've covered many elections and I've never seen aspirations raised as high as they are in this election. Mr. Modi has asked for 60 months. He'll be lucky if he gets 60 days before people start saying things must change. I exaggerate, but what I'm saying is that is there a game plan that would, that would make people feel that change really has come?
Well, let me tell you, people are also willing to wait for performance. And since you talked about this, Madam Tavleen Singh, why is it and how is it that when country's growth rate is 4.5%, most of the BJP's government and others in alliance are notching 10% plus growth rate? Why? I'm willing to say some other states too. In the same scenario of gloom, why the growth is there more in BJP government or BJP-led government or the allies government? Number one. Why is it that people are re-electing and electing? So these are important indications that people are willing to trust those who perform. And you have to go by precedent. If the past is a precedent of Narendra Modi, the future is going to be one of promise, of fulfillment, of really complying with all the assurances he has given. But yes, you are right. Today as a political activist, if exit poll is what it is, I see a great emergence of India, democratic India, where for the first time, the important issue of a government have come to the forefront.
Okay.
We may for the first
Stay with us for a moment. I want to introduce our magic trackpad. This is the Insta trackpad, and ironically we have Ravi Shankar Prasad. Each time we put this magical graphic up on the screen because this helps us form the next government at the center. It's something that I love playing around with. And this time, however, there may not be much configurations to do because it's a fairly simple mandate. But nonetheless, for the sake of our viewers, let's try and take you through how the next government can be formed. Let me drag them in one by one. The BJP, according to the India Today Group Cicero opinion poll, likely to pick up 221 seats. That's the medium of the range that's been given, which brings them very close to the majority mark themselves. Let me now add to this the TDP, which takes it up to 237, the Akalis, which takes it up to 244. Dr. Lairi, feel free to jump in and help me see how we can help the government get formed in Delhi. You add the Shiv Sena, that takes it up to 257. Apart from this, you've got the MDMK. You've got
TRS for sure.
No, the TRS can come on board if required. Sure, the TRS
YSR
can.
Congress.
Yes, I'm saying out of this lot. Now that's where I want Veer Sanghvi to come in. Out of this lot, who is the most likely to come on board? Will it
Where
be
is
Naveen
TDP?
Patnaik? I've already taken TDP in. Will it be K. Chandrasekhar Rao? Will it be Jagan Reddy? All the pundits around the table. Can we have your word, please? Starting with Veer Sanghvi. Who's most likely to jump in, since both Naresh Gujral and Ravi Shankar Prasad aren't answering that question?
I think the TRS is probably the most likely.
TRS.
In the case of Jagan, there's a problem with Naidu, so there is a certain amount of persuasion will be required. But the TRS is no problem at all.
Okay, so
And going by Mr. Ajit Singh's record, he has always been in the governing coalition. So
you're saying
RLD will
Ajit Singh could also come on board, but they don't really need Ajit Singh.
yeah.
But you're
Which is
saying, okay,
two
let's
seats.
take them in, but would they need such a small ally? Anything else, Tavleen, that you'd like to add?
I think BJD.
BJD? But BJD, I don't know whether it makes sense. Let me ask Ravi Shankar Prasad that question, because if the BJP has given such a tough fight to the BJD, then why would they want to ally? Because they can emerge as the alternate. Ravi Shankar Prasad, would you still be trying to woo Naveen Patnaik or try and fight him on the ground in Orissa? Mr. Prasad.
Well, Rahul Kanwar, I don't grudge you doing all the plus and minuses on a screen before you, but why you are dragging me in? I am very sure, I have also travelled in the country, that this whole exercise is purely academic. The NDA, the BJP-led NDA is going to have a very clear, comfortable and decisive majority.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Nalini Singh has a question, as also Sadanand. Starting with Nalini Singh.
Ravi Shankar Prasad ji, you said you are from Bihar. I also deem myself from Bihar. Sir, I want to ask you, today is a great day for the BJP. And in Bihar, due to all the hard work and extraordinary mehnat, you people are, you're really doing very well. On a day like this, will you extend a hand of reconciliation to Nitish Kumar of JDU?
He's only got 5 seats.
Never mind the 5 seats. He's been your partner for 17 years.
Well, we have been to jail together. Nitish Kumar is much senior to me. We all fought together against the misrule and corruption of Lalu Prasad. That was the foundation of that. But I think Nitish Kumar himself has declared and yes, you are right, the BJP-JDU alliance was not only a political alliance simpliciter, it was also a social alliance.
Yes.
It performed well. The BJP ministers did very well. Mr. Nitish Kumar is not able to even fill up all the vacancies of BJP ministers for the last nearly almost 10 months now, 11 months. He is handling 18 departments. But as far as I see, Mr. Nitish Kumar has himself declared that the question of going back to BJP does not arise at all. I would be willing to sacrifice myself politically, but going back. So I think the matter stands closed. And the people are punishing him for that.
Okay, people have questions, starting with Veer Sanghvi.
Ravi Shankar ji, I was struck by the story you told us about the Naga saying Modi, Modi in an area where there's been no BJP presence traditionally. I want to take you back to a little while ago, some months ago, when Modi was declared the BJP's Prime Ministerial candidate. As you will remember, this wasn't easy. There were problems within the party. There were other contenders. There were those who said the BJP didn't need a Prime Ministerial candidate. My question to you is, a man of your candor and your great experience, if you hadn't made Modi the Prime Ministerial candidate, where would you be today?
Mr. Modi has credit for the way the BJP has.
Amit Shah's role in Uttar Pradesh we just talked about. But Mr. Modi's leadership is truly the embodiment of hope for the country, particularly the poor people and the young people in a very large number. So this is
The poor people and the young people in a very large number. So this is very important phenomena which we cannot ignore.
Okay, I want to take up now the poll of polls. You've seen the results of the India Today Group Cicero opinion poll. Let's also give you a sense of what all the other research agencies have come up with. Dhananjay's competition. Let's take them one by one. This is the India Today Group Cicero opinion poll. 272 plus minus 11 for the NDA, 115 plus minus 5 for the UPA, 156 plus minus 6 for the others. C voter of Yashwant Deshmukh projects 289 for the NDA. That's more than the range of 283 that Dhananjay has come up with. 101 for the UPA, that they're giving about 14 seats lesser to the UPA, 153 for the others. Then there is today's Chanakya, VK Bajaj. He's the Chinaman as far as psephology is concerned. Never quite cracked how he does it, but he's the one who predicted that the Aam Aadmi Party would get 31 seats in Delhi, and they got 28. So he's saying 340. Just would you believe that? 340.
That's says even bigger than what the BJP claims.
That's even bigger than Amit Shah. That's more than what the RSS is telling us.
But don't underestimate.
No, absolutely no underestimating
it's
him.
only on the 16th you will know.
Because
who
340 is, he saw an up wave where not too many people spotted the quantum of the up wave in Delhi. 340 is what today's Chanakya says the NDA will get. 70 is what the UPA. That they're basically saying the UPA is crash landing much more than Dhananjay is saying, and then 133 for the others. Veer Sanghvi, I want your sense on the poll of polls.
Well, I'm as much in the dark as anybody else. I mean, previous experience has shown us that exit polls, at least in the last two parliamentary elections, have tended to overestimate the BJP strength. Right. But the response to that is when we were here doing the last assembly election poll, except for underestimating the AAP, the exit polls more or less got it right in terms of the assembly elections. So I'm hesitant to make predictions based on these polls, but if you look at the trend everywhere, judging by all the polls you put up, apart from this Times Now poll that Derek O'Brien, everyone is so angry about, which I haven't seen, judging by this, the trends seem very, very clear. Whether Mr. Modi gets an overall majority or is within shouting distance, now I think seems pretty clear. There is no doubt he will be our next Prime Minister.
Okay, that's the first set of polls. I want to take up the second. Just give me a second, Sadanand. I want to take up the second set of polls. Here is Nielsen, research agency Nielsen, working with ABP, the Hindi channel, projecting 281 for the NDA, 97 for the UPA, 165 for the others. There's Times Now, ORG. That's the one poll everyone seems very cut up about. 249, 148 for the UPA, 146 for others. Then there is the CNN IBN CSDS poll, which is roughly in the same range as Dhananjay, 270 to 282, 290 to 102, 169 to 171. So there are two oddballs here, Sadanand. One is the Times Now ORG poll, which is saying 249. A lot of people will be very upset with Arnab if they manage to get that wrong. And then you've got the today's Chanakya poll. And Amit Shah and gang will be looking for VK Bajaj if he gets those figures right.
You can actually explain. You're saying everybody, most people are clustering at that 275, 280 mark. Now you have an explanation for the 249 that is quite simple, which is that polls traditionally overestimate the BJP. If that is correct and everyone else has overestimated the BJP, it's possible that Times Now is right. But the counter to that is that since 2009, polls have underestimated the front runner. Look at the Rajasthan Assembly poll. Look at the UP Assembly poll.
Look at Bihar, look at Bengal, everywhere.
Exactly.
No, I have a theory on this.
If that is the case,
which is, I have a theory.
Then today's Chanakya is the one that's maybe right.
I have a theory, which is that pollsters such as Ashok Lahiri and Dhananjay Joshi, and they're really nice people to work with. We love working with them. We had them with us through the Election Express. Tend to be conservative about the victory margin. They don't want to be the oddball. You don't want to be the today's Chanakya projecting 340. Therefore, even if a simple swing shows more seats, you tend to be conservative, so you're in the middle and not too wrong. Is that one of the factors at play?
Well, yeah, I would admit that, because if I were to get the numbers really wrong, 17th you're going to ask me, well,
absolutely.
Well, why did you get this wrong? We paid you all the bills, right? So, so the thing is that what pollsters tend to do is not look at one model. An overall swing model could give, let's say, the NDA 290 seats. But when you break it down by region, and you look at localized swings, then the number could be 250. And in the first past the post system, it's virtually impossible to get one number. The second thing is that these estimates are based on surveys. Surveys have errors. Now, I'll give you a small example of Uttar Pradesh. We have given 39% vote. If we say there's a 3 percentage point margin of error, at 36, BJP goes down to below 40. At 42, it crosses 60. Now, 39 is our number, but it's a risky proposition.
Okay. Dr. Lahiri, have you been conservative, or have you, as someone says, polls tend to overestimate the BJP?
So I'll tell you, Rahul, this is an unfair situation, because those two ladies and those two gentlemen and you have got us at our vulnerable worst. Okay. Another 72 hours, our bluff will be called, or we'll be heroes. But here the question that I see is very important, is 272 or less. See, if someone says 268, it means it's not an absolute majority. 272, Dhananjay, with my assistance, we have come to the number 272, which means Mr. Narendra Modi is forming the government.
That's
Even
the most likely scenario.
That's the psychological barrier.
Yeah, that's the most likely
So
scenario.
249 means he may or may not form the government, depending on whether it's not a stable coalition. 340, on the other hand, we are going back to those days when there is a
good old Congress
hegemony. So now, have we been conservative? No. We have lived with our number and will die with our numbers.
Yeah, and
I hope the only thing that happens, people can say, here where's the idiotic Ashok Lahiri and the incompetent Dhananjay Joshi and his Cicero who got it wrong. I hope no one alleges that we had some ulterior motive.
Oh, absolutely not.
So we have tried our level best, and
after having traveled with you, seen, he's been up till 4 p.m. just constantly working on the numbers after working the whole day. That's how, that's how dutiful they have been. Yes, we.
I don't think anyone would dream of suggesting that you'd cook the books or the figures for that matter. The questions people have are two. One is, you're really looking at figures that surveyors give you. The allegation consistently has been that surveyors don't go into the poorest areas, they don't go into rural areas, they take the easy way out, and therefore polls tend to underestimate the views of those at the margins of our society. That's one criticism. The second criticism is that because we've got so used to polling now, people lie. That if a Muslim is not going to vote for the BJP, he's scared of saying that. He says, yeah, I'm going to vote for the BJP. Do you take lying into account, and do you worry about how good your surveyors are and how far down they're going?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've just got some numbers. We always draw a random sample, at least that's what we do. We believe in randomization, and if you have got a good random sample, then your survey should be representative of what is going to happen. But how do we check that? Do our surveyors go to those alleys where people are hard to be accessed? Well, India has 16.2% Dalits. Our survey had 16.8. We have 9.7% Adivasis. We have 8.2. So our survey is very representative. So a lot has gone into it. At the same time, survey fatigue is something that doesn't happen even in the United States, where 70% of Americans are polled at least once in a lifetime. If that happens in India, we'll be very rich. But, so
let me now answer Veer's other question about lying.
About lying, yeah. So Surjit Bhalla, when he does polls, has a lying index that he works on.
So my good friend Surjit, I have a lot of respect for him. But I have no particular reason to believe that Indians are any more liars than anyone voters anywhere else. And there is no fear. I have gone, along with the Election Express, everywhere. That guy, I may tell you that I won't answer the question. But I gain nothing. When you ask me, should you go left or right to go to Gopalganj, there's nothing that I gain by telling you that go right when you should be going left. So I do not at all believe that when you do the survey properly, Indians are afraid to give you the right answer.
That's a myth.
Now, you both said what I thought you would. So now tell me this. Why did all you guys get the last 2 parliamentary elections wrong then?
The reason is, when you're boiling rice, okay, you have a whole pot of it. You may choose the wrong grain, and when you press it, you find
all
that
of
it's...
you twice?
No.
Yeah,
well,
because what is the kind of sample that you're taking? In a state, you take a sample of 1800, 1600.
I have a follow-up to that. They say that, would it be fair to say that polling has become better at predicting vote share, but converting it into seat share is still black magic?
Well, that is a problem area, and that's a problem to do with the first past the post system. The viewers want the seat numbers. Rahul wants me to give ideally 1 number. Then I request him to let me give a range. But he says, no, give 1 number.
But range, there is a problem. Dhananjay, to be sure, he would put the range as 0 to 543. And he won't go wrong.
And we would fight on that for
Anyway,
hours.
you're the heroes of this show.
No, but
for even trying to do it, I would never be able to predict.
well, that's
No,
the
but
trait.
this
requires
requires some bravery to put the numbers out. This is what you'll be remembered by. So you've done that today. We will know, of course, which of these polls was most correct on the 16th.
But please pray for us.
Yes.
Please pray for me and Dhananjay.
You know, the netas are saying pray for us. For the past 48 hours, we've been hounded by almost every neta on the phone book wanting to know advance results from Tamil Nadu to Andhra Pradesh. That's been happening. It will be an interesting couple of days as we wait for the votes to be counted on the 16th of May. Ashushi and your teams for having worked so hard to put these numbers together. Thank you very much. Thanks also Nalini Singh, Tavleen, Veer Sangvi and Sadan Andume for joining us. We'll be back 7 a.m. on the 16th of May. Of course, we'll keep giving you various, because this poll is a massive exercise, 27,000 sample size. We've also looked at several questions which ask people about the future of the Congress under Rahul Gandhi, which ask people about what they think of Narendra Modi and whether he'll be divisive, whether he'll unite, whether he'll be able to revive the India growth story. We've got questions also on the future of Arvind Kejriwal and what people think of the fact that he decided to step down after 49 days. So we've got enough to play around with over the next 3 days. We'll do that. Slice and dice this poll to give you a more granular sense of what India is thinking. Break it down by caste. Look at how young people, old people, middle-aged people are voting. Think of how urban, rural, male, female. We'll put out all those numbers over the next 72 hours as we count down to counting day. Thank you all very much for joining us. It's been a long night. I hope you all enjoyed it. We had a great time. Thank you all so much for participating. News and updates continue when we come back on the other side.